Memory loss. We're all going to deal with memory loss and forgetfulness and confusion as we age. How many of you have forgotten where you put your glasses and they're on your face? How many of you have forgotten where you put your cell phone and you call in your friend to say, hey, have you seen my cell phone? And you're calling on it, right? That's happened to all of us. Don't worry. You good. You good. It's typical. It happens if we're stressed, if we're focusing on other things, and we're just going to forget things. There are going to be things that just not going to stick out to us. It's not going to be significant enough. It's not going to be important enough. So we're just going to leave it in the short-term memory, and then it's going to fade away. It's not going to make its way to the back of the brain. So if you are alarmed because you or a loved one has been forgetting, don't let that alarm you to the point where you're ready to, accept the diagnosis of dementia or Alzheimer's disease. There could be a reasonable explanation as to why the person is forgetting. There are treatable causes of dementia symptoms, the forgetfulness, the confusion, disorientation to time and place. One of those things could be medications. Medication side effects and medication interactions. A lot of our seniors are dealing with several different doctors, and these doctors are prescribing different medications for the same condition. When that happens, that could cause dementia-like symptoms. It's not a progressive type of dementia. It's not Alzheimer's disease, but it is showing up as dementia symptoms as a result of the medications, medication side effects, medication interactions. Are those medications fighting against each other? What are the side effects? And I will tell you, when you get the leaflet from your pharmacy and it lists the side effects of the medications, please read it. But I want to warn you that seniors, those over the age of 65, may not present with the typical side effects that are listed. The person may present with headaches or nausea or insomnia. Those are all side effects. So if it's not listed, don't assume that it's not a side effect, because it could be. Again, when they're over the age of 65 and they're a senior, their side effects may not present as typical side effects that you would generally see in the general population. So be mindful of that. Another treatable cause of dementia could be a urinary tract infection or an acute illness. It shows up just like full-blown dementia or Alzheimer's. If that urinary tract infection has not been treated and it's infected the person's system and they become sepsis, right? Another treatable cause of dementia symptoms could be depression. It could be untreated diabetes. It could also be lack of sleep. If you're not getting that 7 to 9 hours of sleep, you could show up confused, disoriented, not being able to make proper judgment, not being able to think thoroughly through things. And it may also affect your ability to communicate effectively. But if you would go to sleep and sleep well, get your required number of hours, then you may see that those symptoms may subside. There's some other causes. A person could actually be having a stroke. They may not even realize it. The people who they're talking to may not even realize it, but they could have been having a stroke, which could have caused the forgetfulness, the memory loss, and also delirium. We got to keep in mind that delirium and dementia are two different things. They look similar, but they're two different things. Dementia tends to come on gradually. If it's a progressive type of dementia, it's going to come on gradually. It's going to come on in stages. The full range of stages could last over a period of 20 years or more. Delirium is a sudden state of confusion. So this morning, the person was sharp, clear-minded, no issues at all cognitively. But by the afternoon, they're severely confused. They're not understanding where they are, who you are, the time of day. That is delirium. That could be because of a urinary tract infection or an acute illness. It could be as a result of a fall. And so you want to keep that in mind. If the person is becoming confused and forgetting a lot over a short span of time, then that could be delirium. All of these areas should be addressed by their primary care doctor. If you have a concern with it, then it is a valid concern that you want to check out with the person's primary care doctor, not the hospitalist. I don't recommend my people going to the hospital unless their left arm is cut off. That's an exaggeration. That's an exaggeration. If you feel like it's an emergency and you need to get there, you need to get there. But if it's something that can be treated at the primary care doctor's office, then I would recommend that, because a hospitalist is not the person's primary care doctor. That is a rotational physician that comes in and out of the hospital. So what that means is that doctor does not know that person's history. That doctor does not know that person's health history. And so they're going to treat the person based on what they see. A lot of times they don't even know their allergies and what they're allergic to. They don't know those chronic illnesses that they may have that's not communicated by the person themselves or their family member or caregiver. And so you want to be very careful and cautious if you have to take your loved one who's over the age of 65 to the hospital. Again, if it can be treated at the primary care doctor's level, then that's the most ideal way. So those are the treatable types of dementia. So those areas, again, can be treated or addressed, and you should see those symptoms subside.